So I was on Amazon looking for some deals or something new to review, and I came across a deal on the LD6000, LightDow LD6000 action camera. It's not a new camera. I've actually seen it before, but I never bought it because it was about 65, 70 bucks. So since the price dropped to 40 bucks, I thought I'd give it a try to see how it does against my old Econ here, my workhorse camera. And I was curious whether or not it was actually worth the almost 1,000 positive reviews. So let's give it a look and see how it does. Okay, so I'm gonna do my best to do an apples to apples comparison here. The light dial is set in 1080-30. The I don't know what I call it. My Aiken is set in 1080-30, maybe 1080-60, probably. I hope I put it in 1080-30. And then I'm using the Galaxy S7, which is probably gonna give you the best comparison to video quality compared to a GoPro stock camera. So let's take a little walk. It's kind of early in the morning, a little bit cloudy right now. Galaxy S7 has image stabilization. I'm holding all devices. I also don't have the HDR turned on the LightDow because the Aiken doesn't have HDR. And I don't have the HDR turned on the Galaxy S7 either. So after I jump right into the video quality, just so you can see what it was before you got bored. Comparing this to my and I keep calling this an Econ, but it's not actually an Econ. I think this was branded as an Allison, but these cameras are usually clones of something else. So while they're both sort of like GoPro clones, the top I guess cameras right now that people are cloning that are GoPro alternatives are the SJ Cam, which it has an SJ Cam firmware, and this is a clone of an Econ, which has an Econ firmware. So I always call it an Econ because I forget the other name of the camera. But this just doesn't compare, and this still holds the title. For 40 bucks, I would definitely go with this one because it shoots very clear video, very bright video, decent control over the white balance and ISO. So I couldn't recommend this one to you because it misses too much for me, but it might work for you. And the misses for me were the fact that the video was very dark. Again, I went in, I didn't just make my decision based on the first attempt. I went in and tried to adjust the ISO settings. I mean, I was outdoors, so I shouldn't have to adjust the ISO settings, and that was a really dark image. But I put in ISO 100 to see if it would do anything, and it brightened it up a little bit, but not enough. So I wouldn't want to have an action cam that had to turn, depending on the situation. If it was cloudy or it got sunny, I would have to go in and adjust the ISO settings or the brightness settings just to get a decent video out of it. So that was one of the things that for me that made me want to return this. That makes me want to return this. Also, it shoots at 1080-30. It's got a relatively recent firmware flash on it. I did say that this is not the latest, greatest camera, but I think the LD4000 was out first. This is the LD6000, and it's still only running top frame rates of 1080-30, and it has 720-60 and 720 30. Now 720 is not bad either. Usually when I update to YouTube, depending on how big or how fast I want it to run, I film a lot in 720. Some of my other cameras have 720 at 120 frames per second, which make very good slow motion videos. So 720 is not bad. I'm just not used to seeing a camera that has less than 4K or 1080-60 on it for even in this price range. And the last thing was, it seems like some of the features on the camera, I don't know if they work as great as they should. So you got the white balance that gave me a warm image, and when I changed the settings, I didn't really see that much difference in the image on the camera or in the video. This one, if I change the settings on white balance, it goes from being brown for warm and blue for being cold. So very drastic changes when you change the white balance settings. Didn't get that with this one. Didn't get the white. I mean, not the white. The light adjustment from the ISO settings that I thought I should have. I didn't even think I should have to mess with the ISO settings, but it didn't brighten up the image that much for me. And it looked like it was doing okay with the image stabilization. That's cool. I mean, I think it was working well because all of my cameras, even though this one, actually wasn't this one, it was my Galaxy S7 has image stabilization, I still kind of have that gate that you can see in it when the camera's doing this, because I was holding both cameras in my hands. So I guess the image stabilization works, but I guess those are my top 3 things for reasons why I don't think that it would compare or it doesn't beat this one. It doesn't have the bright enough, it doesn't have the best image quality when it comes to brightness. The clarity seems to be good, but brightness, no. Oh, one last thing. When I was listening to the sound from this, it seemed to be a little bit all over the place. So one of the videos I had like this, a car was driving by and it sounded like I had a parabolic mic pointed at this thing. It was so loud, and it was so loud that it was reverberating, and then I could hear the wind, and I didn't hear the wind physically, like I didn't remember hearing the wind, but when I listened back to the video, it sounded like I was walking around in a hurricane. So while some of these cameras have sucky audio, this thing seems to have an overly sensitive microphone in it. So that was another thing. So yeah, this would definitely go back because this might be a defect. So that is what it is. This is the LD6000 from LightDow. Got it off of eBay for 40 bucks. Again, I will leave the links in the description below. I would much rather go for this one than this one, even though this has the features. But in the future, if this like drops anymore, or they do another firmware flash to it, I might grab another one because I'm always breaking or need another action camera. So hopefully this helps you make an informed purchase. Again, thanks for watching the video. Thanks for supporting. If you like the reviews that I do, please subscribe to the page or like. It lets me know what you guys like and what you guys don't like, so I don't waste your time. I'm also giving away the once a month giveaways, and while I've been stuck on quadcopters for a while because that was just me, I am now getting back into RC, so I'll be doing reviews on all types of RC cars, helicopters. I'm also getting back into remote control helicopters, so follow me in my return to remote control helicopters. If you want to follow me on Twitter for random giveaways, if I find something cheap or some information you can use, you can follow me at Big Ball Vlogs. And again, I appreciate you watching. Happy New Year. Oh, one last thing before I go. This is the last day to go over and watch the JJRC Elfie video that I filmed. If you subscribe and leave a comment, that enters you into the giveaway. Fortunately, you have to be a U.S. citizen because I don't have a way to ship these overseas yet. But I am working on that. I'm working on getting stuff shipped directly to people overseas. So again, thanks for watching. Go check out that video for JJRC Elfie. Subscribe and leave a comment. And good luck on the giveaway. Have a happy and safe New Year. Bye.